It hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows for WWE's best. Often, this is because the creative team try to take performers and push them to be more entertaining. Nobody is safe from this sort of thing, not even bastions of brilliance and world-class pro wrestlers like Daniel Bryan or Shinsuke Nakamura. Hell, even The Miz has had moments where I sit there questioning why I waste my life watching this garbage. I'm Adam Wilborn from What Culture, and these are the 10 worst moments from WWE's best performers. Mate, I cannot wait for StarCast.
The Monday Night War debate.
All in, weigh in.
Behind the Themes with Jim Johnston.
Marty Skrull doing karaoke. Simon Miller's going to be there. We could do a song with him.
And
the roast of Bruce Pritchard.
Pritchard? We'll ask him when we get there.
Good idea. In fact, we're going to miss our flight. Let's go.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, see you later, losers.
Oh, budge up, I've got loads of t-shirts in here.
What are you guys doing here? You're not coming. It's just me and Miller.
Good one, Phil.
No, really. See you later, losers! You can watch your fight TV!
You can get the entire StarCast event on Fight TV. Over 40 hours of on-demand content, over 25 live shows from your favorite wrestling legends, and you get $20 bonus Fight TV credit. Not only that, but order the weekend pass before the 27th of August, and you will be entered into a prize draw to win a VIP travel package, including worldwide flights. And let's face it, you can't say fairer than that.
Number 10, CESARO'S yodeling. Which role would you rather play? Antonio Cesaro, wrestling machine, Antonio Cesaro, deceptively agile workhorse, or Antonio Cesaro, master of yodeling? Me, this is only number 10 on this list. In a move that absolutely nobody should have given the thumbs up, Cesaro started singing, and this was supposed to get him over too. It didn't last long. The yodel idea turned Cesaro into a joke, made fans care about him less than they had when he was a generic heel wrestler, and threatened to derail his WWE career. Thankfully, that man can swing bloody anything. Number 9. Shinsuke Nakamura's Jinder Mahal failure. There were few segments more painful in 2017 than Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers pretending to laugh heartily at Shinsuke Nakamura's funny faces on the big screen. There were Godzilla and Mr. Miyagi references in there as well. All that was missing here was a flappy dicky. Quite how this was supposed to build excitement to a WWE title grudge match between the pair is anyone's guess. Nakamura wasn't even booked to give stand-up comedy star Jinder his comeuppance. He lost consecutive title matches at SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell before eventually moving on. Why couldn't you punch Jinder in the balls? Number 8. AJ Styles' brief run in Y2AJ. Individually, Chris Jericho and AJ Styles are two of the greatest in-ring performers to ever lace up a pair of wrestling boots. Together, though, they look like a pair of 40-something dads wearing their flashy new custom-made t-shirts before a stag do weekend in Spain. It wasn't until AJ stopped playing pals with Jericho and started getting the chance to show his chops as a workhorse wrestler that he finally began to shine. In Y2AJ, he came across like an insincere goof who didn't have a chance of becoming WWE champion, which is probably exactly how Vince saw him. Number 7. Bayley's babyface promo is booed. A few weeks before SummerSlam 2017, Bayley put on her best puppy dog eyes and acted all melancholy as she announced she'd have to skip the upcoming pay-per-view due to injury. Instead of sticking with the babyface and rooting for her return, fans jeered her. Even her wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men looked let down. Seriously though, even interviewer Charlie Caruso looked sorry for Bayley. That is what happens when WWE fail to develop characters beyond their NXT roots and expect fans to cheer them by default. Thankfully, that doesn't happen anymore. Oh. Number 6. Sami Zayn and Lashley's three sisters. Sami Zayn's potential as a smug git of a heel is endless, but he's being let down by seriously poor material. The recent Lashley's three sisters guff conjured up images of the old day, and I had therapy to wipe that atrocity out of my memory. Perhaps the most depressing thing about this is that WWE may blame Sami for how hard it bombed. It's not his bloody fault Vince has the sense of humour of an 8-year-old post-lobotomy, for Christ's sake. Number 5. Seth Rollins spurns a natural babyface turn. Go back and watch the tail end of Extreme Rules 2016 to see a masterclass in drawing fan attention away from an unwanted result. As soon as Reigns won, a returning Rollins gatecrashed the party and fans welcomed the former champ back as a hero. Then, 24 hours later, he told everyone to stick their support where the sun don't shine. Talk about a missed opportunity. Fans seemed genuinely enthusiastic to cheer him like a comeback king. That wasn't the plan though, because WWE wanted to cast Roman Reigns as the good guy. Sound familiar? Number 4. Sasha Banks in Team BAD. Team BAD comprised of Sasha, Naomi, and, oh, how apt, Tamina. And whereas Team PCB imploded, BAD just sort of ended. The limp explanation WWE tried to offer up was that Banks believed she was better off on her own. Which is true, but don't tell us that. It seems weird to say that Sasha's only heel run on the main roster sucked. She'd been so good in that role on NXT, but the Team BAD idea made her look less of a star. Still though, remember the Women's Revolution was definitely Stephanie McMahon's idea. Okay. Number 3. Finn Balor's Bray Wyatt feud. Last year, Balor's never-ending program with Wyatt degenerated into a cartoony snorefest that flitted between horrifying stunts and mortifying drama that wouldn't have looked out of place on the old Goosebumps TV series. When Balor was written to look scared of Bray Wyatt dressed up as Sister Abigail, it was hard not to laugh. Seriously, what is that? Ooh, spooky! A man who'd produced a Match of the Year candidate at SummerSlam and one who looked set to resume his brilliance after returning from injury was reduced to hokey nonsense. Number 2. Daniel Bryan's Ladies' Man gimmick. This was back in the good old days when WWE's grand ideas for women involved either acting like complete bitches to one another or being so enamored by males that they were willing to tag team them with their siblings. Daniel Bryan, the nerdiest of all indie wrestling nerds, was a dreamboat to the Bella twins. The gimmick was quickly scrapped after Daniel revealed he'd been seeing Gail Kim, and WWE eventually moved him on to a much more fulfilling on-screen relationship with AJ Lee. Number 1. The Miz's first babyface push. Following on from an awkwardly patriotic feud with Cesaro towards the end of 2012, during which Miz defended the honor of America against the Foreign Menace. He was then briefly given Ric Flair as some sort of career mentor. Rick even gave Miz permission to use his figure 4 leg lock submission hold, and the pair had a woo session that might make Jay Lethal cry if he ever sees it. Fans didn't take to Miz, probably because WWE didn't provide any good reason why they were suddenly expected to start cheering him. After that dreadful babyface run, it took the slick-talking natural heel a good few years to find his feet as a top villain again.
Hello there, you've made it all the way to the end of the video, and as part of my designated 18 hours of community service, I'm here to tell you that we have a number of other channels available for you to subscribe to, as well as other slightly, possibly not related videos for you to watch. So please do one of the things to my left or right, otherwise I have to pick up leaves on the roadside.